Hello again, I'm Shoestring Jane. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about everything thrifty, frugal and money saving. And it's been a while since I did a vlog. In theory, I think I'm going to do a weekly vlog, but sometimes life gets just too busy. I forget to film and it just doesn't happen. Or it's not where places I'm going to, it just doesn't seem appropriate to film. So I don't always do it, or it feels like it's going to be just endless dog walks, which is nice up to a point, but you probably don't want to see my daily dog walks I should say, because I do 2 a day. So the last fortnight has been particularly busy. We've been doing quite a lot of socialising and had some days out and seen family, and it's been really lovely. But if I did that all the time, I'd never get any work done. So I need to really catch up with myself now. But I will show you what we've been up to. We've had a really good kind of fortnight. This is the last probably week to 10 days really of filming, and then you can see what we've been up to. But to start with, we have a new baby in the family. I've mentioned this before, and we got to go up and see her and cuddle her and see her older sister, who's only actually 15 months herself, and it was just a really lovely day. So we'll start with that. So I've talked before about how important I think it is to teach your children to cook. I think it's a really, really vital life skill, particularly if you are on a budget. And my daughters can all cook, because I did encourage them to do things like bake cakes and make little meals, and I made sure before they went to uni that they could cook some basic stuff, and they were quite interested. They wanted to do it anyway. But my eldest daughter Becky, she is such a good cook. She makes really lovely lunches, and since she's moved into her new flat, she's got a nicer kitchen. She's made us a lot of Sunday lunches, and they're always really good. But this time she surpassed herself. She wanted to do a kind of almost like an American themed Thanksgiving lunch, and she went to so much trouble. She'd made everything from scratch, including a delicious pudding, and it was all amazing. Plus you see her cute cat as well, so I'll show you that. So this is Becky's Sunday lunch extravaganza. She won't let me show you her because she's in her dressing gown. We've got steak, we've got macaroni cheese, we've got roast potatoes, we've got, what have we got? Chicken. What sort of chicken is that?
In Greek yoghurt.
Chicken and Greek yoghurt, corn on the cob salad, and coleslaw. Doesn't that look amazing?
Homemade coleslaw.
Homemade coleslaw. Doesn't that look amazing? You've got Archie. You've got a massive chew. Got a massive chew.
Yuki chew.
30 minutes.
So this is pudding. What's it called, Becky? Dunno. It's called Dunno. Chocolate hot cross bun and butter pudding type thing. Looks yummy. You having a hard day, Charlotte?
Just a paw.
You having a hard day?
Look at that little tiny nose.
Okay, we're off on a girls' trip to Norwich. Woo! 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 Come on then. M&S, look. We found it with a living wall. So we're going into the Giggling Squid. Looks good. It's a Thai restaurant. Yeah. Thai restaurant. We're in Tombland in Norwich now, near the cathedral. So we did really enjoy our trip to Norwich. The show was it's just brilliant. If you ever get the opportunity to go and see everyone's talking about Jamie, go and see it because it's absolutely brilliant. The cast were fantastic. The performance was fantastic. The story so joyful and hopeful, and that's just the kind of thing you need at the moment with what's going on in the world, really. So sort my jumper out. So it was just fantastic. I couldn't fault it. All of the cast were just fantastic. So much talent. So we really enjoyed that. And we liked the lunch we had and the Giggling Squid. I've never heard of the Giggling Squid, but apparently it is a chain. They do have various restaurants around the UK. So if you've got one near you, it's really worth it. The lunchtime menu was not expensive. It was, I mean, what I had, you saw a picture of what I had, was just kind of I think I called it the Giggling Squid platter or something. It was £10.95, and that was really, I couldn't have eaten any more. So it was perfect. I did splash out and have a glass of Prosecco with it because it was my Christmas present. So why the hell not? So that's what the girls bought me for Christmas, was the ticket to everybody's talking about Jamie, and Justin gave us some money for the meal as well. So it wasn't frugal for other people, but it was frugal for me. We didn't have to spend very much. I would have liked to go by train, but it's just too expensive to go by train. It's such a shame because obviously going by train is better than putting another car on the road, but it would have cost well over £100 for the four of us to go, and it cost probably £25 in petrol. So, you know, we were obviously going to do that. So, but it was really great. I hated the journey back in the dark and the rain. The A140 out of Norwich is just such a horrible road. It's not lit at all. It's mostly single carriageway. It's very, very dark. You don't go through very many sort of towns and places. It's just mainly fields, and it's just horrible. I couldn't wait to get off it. But apart from that, it was great. Really, really good show. And if it is touring still, so there are some tickets for various places because I was having a look for my lodger. So it's really worth looking on the website if you can afford it and you feel like that might be your cup of tea. Failing that, if you do have Prime, the film of the musical is on Prime currently, and it's brilliant as well. That's where I saw it first. So really worth seeing. And it was a really fun outing to Norwich. And while we were there, we did do a few charity shops. We didn't do too many because I didn't want to lug around a load of stuff with me, and neither did the girls, but we all wanted to have a little look. And the one thing I did buy was this jumper, which cost me £4, and it's a nice warm stripy colourful jumper, so it's just up my street really, especially today because it's got really cold again. It's raining outside, and I'm layering up to try and avoid putting on the heating, so I've got a sweatshirt on underneath this, and then this, and a t-shirt under that as well. So £4, I thought that was pretty good. The other thing I bought was a pair of slippers. I think they're actually men's. They're slightly too big for me, but they're really warm and comfortable, and they were £2, so they were worth it. And we went into the Marks and Spencer's sale. They had an up to 50% off sale. Some of the things I had budgeted, I think I said in my Frugal February kind of end of summary thing that I did, that I was going to allow myself £30 to buy some clothing this month. So obviously I bought this for £4. This bit's annoying me that it keeps going upwards. And I bought a sweatshirt, and this was the sweatshirt. It's just a cornflower blue sweatshirt and some matching joggers, and they were really reduced. They should have been £15 each to start with. I think the sweatshirt was £7.50 and the joggers were £8, I think, and a little tie-dye top for £4.50. I think that was about £8.50, something like that as well. So I got a few bargains and we enjoyed our shopping. The market in Norwich, by the way, if you haven't been, is just brilliant. We didn't really have time to peruse properly, but it always makes me want to go back because I did live in Norwich for 7 years. My eldest daughter was born at the Norfolk and Norwich Hospital, and I worked there at HMSO when it was there, the old stationery office, and also for the local paper. I absolutely loved Norwich, and I was very, very sad to leave, but family commitments, we wanted to be closer to the rest of the family, so we moved back down to Essex. But I always think maybe one day I'll go back up to Norwich. I absolutely love it. It's a really nice city. Anyway, moving on. I surprised myself by doing a bit of DIY this week. I hadn't really planned it. The downstairs toilet's been bugging me for ages, in that it got a little bit of black mould on it, which I had to keep cleaning it off. It was looking really tired and tatty and worn, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money on it, but I did want to brighten it up. So I decided to use some paint we'd already got and just do a little bit of DIY that wouldn't take me too long and wasn't going to cost me any money. So let's see what you think, whether you think it was successful. So it would cost literally £15 for some new towels, which I don't actually show you in the video, but I bought myself some nice little towels that are kind of floral and cottagey, that kind of style that I like. But other than that, everything we already had. We had all the paint, and we had a few little baskets and things that I've put in there. So it's pretty much transformed it, and it really costs nothing at all. See what you think. I've spent the last couple of days just painting our downstairs loo white, because it's really an old larder that we kind of reclaimed and made into a downstairs toilet, but we never had it replastered, and it really needed to be replastered, but it would have been very expensive. So we just put some wallpaper on, lining paper, and it's very uneven and it's really rough, and it's got this kind of exposed pipework as well, which just doesn't look great. So I've painted it all white, and what I'm going to do is go back to an old-fashioned 80s technique. When I had my first house, it was incredibly uneven, and I did this on the bathroom there, and it's called sponging. So I'll show you what it looks like. I just had a little practice on a piece of paper, and it really is brilliant at kind of covering up uneven walls. So I'm going to give it a try here. So I'm just using the green that I used in the hallway, and this is roughly what it looks like. So you must not overload the sponge, and I did probably overload it a little bit much there. So what we're looking at is just kind of making a little pattern. Can't really see what I'm doing. And what you don't want to do is what I've just done, which is kind of do it in a line. And obviously the wall's not going to move when I'm doing it, but you get a rough idea of a little practice. And let's see what that looks like then when it's done. So here is my progress. The thing about sponging is it's difficult to get into all the little edges. I decided to just go over the pipes in the end. You see the bit I haven't done and the bit I have done. Not sure what to do with that little bit yet. Might put a picture in that, I'm not sure. Getting there, slowly but surely. So I'm pretty much finished. I think it looks okay. It does definitely disguise the fact that the wall is very uneven. So I would like to replace the lino, but I'm not doing that today, so I've just given it a really good scrub. And I'm going to do something with this bit. I've decided I'm going to put some sort of ivy decal type thing on there. So that's not quite finished. But there's not a lot you can do that's very exciting to a very small ex-larder, is there? So that's that done. Another job jobbed. So it's the end of another week and I haven't done a vlog for 2 weeks now, and I'm trying to think if I even have enough material that I filmed for a vlog of my last fortnight. So I thought I'd just say a few things here whilst I'm on my dog walk. So the weather's finally feeling a bit spring-like. It's not warm, but it was a nice day yesterday. I actually got 2 lots of washing dry on the line. So that's what you have to do, isn't it? Just get them out there while you can. They weren't completely dry. I had to bring them in and put them on the airers, but then I'll be able to fold those up later and put them away. And I very rarely iron anything because life is too short. I just really detest ironing. Occasionally I have to, because some of the things that I sell on eBay need to be ironed. So then I do have to. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, it's a waste of my life energy. I'd rather have things just... I hang them so that they're quite straight, and then I fold them straight away and kind of roll them up Marie Kondo style and put them away like that. And sometimes they're a bit creased, but you know, you put them on for half an hour and the heat from your body just makes most creases just pop out. If it was something like a cotton shirt, then it wouldn't work. I'd have to iron it. Or, you know, really kind of cotton fine fabric dress or something like that. And I was going somewhere smart, because when do I wear dresses? Let's face it, I live in jeans and tracky bottoms. But if I was going somewhere smart, then obviously I'd iron. But otherwise, ironing is it's a chore that I can't stand. So what have I got to do today? So it's Friday morning. I've had quite a busy 2 weeks where we've been on various sort of outings, and they've been really nice, but it has meant I've got kind of behind on things, which is about par for the course. Plus, I have been dealing with my office, and my office is basically the outside toilet and probably the coal hole that at some point a previous owner has attached to the house, and they've done some sort of damp proofing, but it really isn't adequate. It's got a flat roof on it, which luckily is quite old, but it's standing up, but it gets very damp. And this year, because we've been trying to conserve the heating, I've really noticed that it's got damp, that some parts of the ceiling have had black mould on them, which we had several years ago, and we really kind of conquered that. We insulated everything, we made sure we ventilated everything, we kept the heating at a reasonable level. But that is the problem, isn't it, when you're trying to save on heating? If you have an old house that is prone to mould, that is when you're going to kind of hit those problems, really. So we do have a dehumidifier. Our old one died, but fortunately for us, Justin's brother had one that he wasn't really using much, so he's lent us that. So I'm having that in the office quite a lot, and I've kind of cleaned half of the office. Sorry, Art is tacking me because he wants a BALL, but he's not having it at the moment. Yes, where was I? So yeah, I did half the office. I cleaned all the walls down, all around the windows and the French doors, took the curtains down and washed them. And I'm not going to put those back until we've definitely resolved this and repainted it and everything, because there's no point. So I'm going to put an anti-mould paint on the walls and the ceiling when I get a chance. I've got to do the other side, but the other side has got all my stock on my shelves, which is like really heavy. So I think we have to wait for the better weather so that I can take it all outside in the garden. It's in plastic boxes, but I don't want to leave it outside for any length of time. And then pull out my shelving unit and clean behind it. It's not mouldy, that side of the building, fortunately, because that's where the radiator is. So it'll just be a question of kind of dusting it down and repainting it. There is another door on that side, which is the original kind of back door, or side door really, because it's on the same side of the house as the front door, but we never use it. We've got a bookshelf in front of it, but I know that that's going to be horrible behind there. It's going to be mouldy and manky and nasty. So really need to get a hold of it, but it will take so much time, doesn't it? We're just trying to, you know, earn a crust and do things that actually pay you money. But we, you know, I've said before in previous videos that we are looking to sell at some point, so we need to kind of get hold of these little jobs and make the house look nice. And I wouldn't buy a house that looked really mouldy, so and just keep the dehumidifier going in there. I think just an hour a day maybe, and it should kind of keep on top of things until the spring comes properly and we've got better weather. Come on Archie, what are you doing? He really loves his BALL, but he gets really obsessed with it, and then the walk is no fun, so I just restrict that to the afternoon walk and just have a fling around with the ball. But in the morning I don't like to play with the ball, and then if we see any other dogs he doesn't want to talk to them, and he just obsessively is looking for this ball, which he then runs across the field and leaves there. So you're constantly running to find the ball, but he doesn't bring back. So anyway, so that's my Friday. So today I've got to write a blog post. I need to kind of put something together for YouTube, and I need to do some eBay listing and clean the bathroom. I don't know how I'm going to get all that done in one day actually, but I'll have a good go. We'll see. During my last video, I was complaining about how much I had spent during February on pet food. I think it was a particularly steep month. I don't tend to spend that much every month, but I'd spent over £100 on 2 cats and a dog. And in the comments of my last video, a lot of people were saying they spent an awful lot less. So I really do need to make an effort to cut costs there. So the one problem we've got is Archie the fussy cockapoo. I know that he likes proper meat. He doesn't eat any commercial dog food. He just won't eat the wet stuff anyway. He'll eat some of the kibble, the dry stuff. But sometimes he'll kind of spit that out and just want more of actual meat. So this time I did something a bit different to see if I could make him eat it. And I'll show you what I did. And it was quite successful, luckily. Okay, so my plan for today is to try to mix Archie's liver that I've cooked him, chicken livers, with his kibble that he's always very reluctant to eat, but it's cheaper and better for him than just having meat. So my plan is to kind of whiz it up and blend it and make my own dog food and see if he will eat this. So the liver was really cheap. It was just 1 pack of liver, which was, it was 130 something, just chicken livers from Asda. It depends on the size of the pack you get. It's anything from about 130 to about 180. So this one was about 130's worth. He's already eaten a quarter of it last night, and I just chopped that up with his kibble, and he ate some of the kibble and spat some of it out. So I thought, well, if I mix it all together, he loves the taste of the liver so much that hopefully he will then eat it all. So this is my plan. It might go horribly wrong. We'll see. Let's just see what happens. So I've put about 400 grams of his kibble in, which was the Crave stuff that I bought the other day. And this is the cooked chicken livers. So I'm going to put I think I'm going to put about half in, so that if he just doesn't eat it, I haven't wasted anything. So let's put this in. Oh, it doesn't feel very nice. It's not lovely. But I like the flavour of chicken livers, and he absolutely loves it. So I think that's left me just enough for another kind of portion if he doesn't like it. Yuck, it's going all over the toaster. That's not very nice. This is my very old Kenwood mixer that has now gone kind of yellow with age, but it still works fine. And I think I got this for £10 in a charity shop a while back. So here goes. So here we are. It's all squished up. I managed to get it all over the mixer. As you can see, the biscuits haven't actually kind of liquidized, but they're really well coated in the liver. So I shall give that a try and let you know if he likes it. Well, I was going to film Archie eating this, but I put it down and he ignored it for about 10 minutes. I went off and did something else. When I came back, it's gone. So he clearly liked it. Success. So that's it for this video. I had more than I thought I had in the end. So I'd actually done lots, but I just hadn't really filmed as much as I'd done. But I think there was enough, hopefully, to give you a flavour of what we've been up to over the last couple of weeks. If you enjoyed this video and like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe and give me the thumbs up. And if you turn on your notifications bell, you will know next time I publish a video. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.